I'm going to do something today that I don't do a whole lot of, and that is to go out and get breakfast. And I'm not going to overcomplicate things. I'm going to go to an old school breakfast place. It's called the Virginian or the Virginian Restaurant. They opened in 1965, over 50 years ago, and they're located in Vienna, Virginia. They close at 3 o'clock, so they do serve lunch, but they're known primarily for their breakfast foods. So I'm going to go there, look at the menu, see what they have, and order a bunch of stuff to try. So come along. The first entree I'm going to try is the chipped beef. It comes with slices of bread in a chipped beef gravy. The chipped beef is cut very small into little tiny squares, and I believe it's a sausage-based gravy. It's kind of a whitish colored gravy, and it's smothered over the bread. So let me cut it and get a piece of the bread. Wow. Oh man. So basically what you have is a very savory, creamy kind of gravy that is very meaty tasting. It's salty, but not overly salty. In terms of the chipped beef, I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of flavor coming off the beef itself because it's cut so small and it's very thin. So what you're really experiencing is the texture of the bread, or the toast, I should say. It's white toast, and it's been smothered with that gravy, so that toast texture is a bit softened by the gravy. So you're getting the texture of the toast and the sausage gravy that's lathered and smothered onto the bread, or the toast, I should say. Okay, the chipped beef entree comes with some home fries. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, those are really good. Wow. Yeah, you have little cut up pieces of potato, kind of flat. They look like broken up medallions, and they must have really cooked them well on the flat top grill, because you have a very nicely charred side, and then there's a softer side, but it's very nicely charred on one side. These are really good. I mean, they're really potatoey, and then you have some crispy bits that have broken off, and so they're sprinkled intermittently into this pile of potatoes. Okay, next up is the country fried steak. This is, to my understanding, it's a steak that's been breaded and then fried and then smothered in gravy. And it looks like the same kind of white sausage gravy I had with the chipped beef. Let me try this. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely the same gravy I had with the chipped beef, but the steak itself, oh, I was expecting like an actual steak, but this looks like it's a formed steak, meaning looks like it was made from processed meat, meaning like ground beef or something like that. It's not a whole slab of meat. As I look at it more closely, yeah, it is a kind of formed patty that's been breaded and then fried. So it's not one complete piece of meat. It's a patty made from ground beef, I think. Yeah. And it's seasoned very well. I can't tell exactly what's in the seasoning, but it's not just plain old ground beef. It's seasoned, and it tastes almost like sausage. I mean, it is beef. It's country fried steak. I don't think it's pork, but it tastes like sausage. It has probably the same seasoning that you would put in sausage when you make sausage. Oh, man. And there's an interplay between the meat and the gravy that's more active and more prominent than the interplay between the chipped beef and the gravy, because this meat is just more substantive than the chipped beef. So you have more of a 50-50 balance. In fact, the meat in this entree is more substantive than the gravy. I would say maybe 70-30, when it was probably 80-20 the other way with the chipped beef. This entree comes with 2 eggs, and I got them sunny side up. Let me just poke it. I wouldn't say it's completely liquidy. There's a viscosity to the liquidness, or the liquidiness. So it's a viscous kind of liquidiness. So it's runny but kind of thick at the same time. Let me try this. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, and there's some home fries on the bottom underneath the eggs. Same home fries I had with the chipped beef entree. Oh. Oh, yeah. In fact, because the eggs are kind of resting on the home fries, it's hard not to poke the egg and get some home fries with it. So yeah, that tastes good. The eggs with the home fries is a nice combination. Oh yeah. I also got the French toast entree, and I got it with bacon. You get 3 slices of French toast. Each slice is cut in 2, so essentially you have 6 French toast wedges, and they look golden brown and slightly yellowy. So let me pour the syrup on first. I'm not going to use the knife. I'm just going to stab it and eat it. Oh man. Oh, that is good. Oh man. The bread is very soft and fluffy. It's soft, but then you have this layer of kind of crustiness, slight crustiness on the outside because it's been kind of toasted up. And the maple syrup, or the syrup that goes with it, is really lubricating it and adding flavor. Just some sweetness too, but not overly sweet. I was thinking, having poured syrup on something, it would be like overwhelmingly sweet, but it's not. In fact, the syrup is playing a very crucial and essential role, and it's not too sweet. Wow. Wow, that's good. So you have the textural fluffiness and softness of the toast with a slight kind of distant eggy flavor and the syrup flavor. And I'm enjoying this a lot, not having had it in a while. This is a good kind of reintroduction, reacquaintance with French toast, because I know a lot of places kind of spiffy it up and jazz it up a little bit more significantly than how it's done here. I mean, I think some versions of French toast have powdered sugar on the outside, or you kind of splash it with fruit or different toppings. This is just straight up simple French toast, and you would expect as much from an old school place like the Virginian. This is kind of like French toast as I remember it when I ate it as a child. the period of time when I ate it the most. You know, it was a treat really to get French toast. You know, occasionally my mother would make French toast, or we might go out and get it for breakfast. Yeah, this is how I remember French toast being. Okay, I got bacon with it. Let me try the bacon. Oh yeah, that's good bacon. And you know what? I didn't do this on purpose, but it never hurts when you got maple syrup on top of bacon. I learned that when I started eating maple bacon donuts, when that was popular. So yeah, you know, if maple syrup kind of finds its way onto your bacon, be happy about that, because that's really good. Yeah, I got this side of toast, this wheat toast. I'm confused actually which entree it came with. It came with some jam and some marmalade, some orange marmalade. I think I'm going to use the orange marmalade. It's pre-buttered, so it's buttered toast with some orange marmalade. Oh. Wow. I think this wheat toast would be rather ordinary, but with that orange marmalade, wow, it really brightens it up. Wow, it has a very strong orangey flavor, in fact. Wow, this is really good. There's bits of orange peel in the marmalade, which is really giving it a zesty, zingy, really potent flavor. Yeah. Oh, that's good. All right, my last entree is the Western omelet. It's an omelet made from ham, green peppers, and onions. It's shaped in an oblong shape. It's quite flat. I kind of imagined it being more of a spheroid shape, meaning more three-dimensional, kind of fluffy and kind of three-dimensional. I didn't picture it being so flat, but I haven't ordered an omelet from a restaurant in quite some time. Maybe this is just the way it is. Let me snip off a piece with my plastic knife. Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you can taste the ingredients in there. The ham, the onions, and the green peppers very well. So you have the fluffiness of the eggs. Well, not terribly fluffy because it's flat. So the eggs are kind of compressed, but you have that eggy flavor, but you do have the textural variation and kind of the, you know, for want of a better word, the bumpiness of all those chopped up ingredients in there. Oh, it's flat, but it's been folded over, so you kind of have this kind of double ply effect. So you have kind of like two layers. Well, I didn't intend it to be this way, but this breakfast meal turned out to be a nostalgic road down the past for me, because I hadn't had these breakfast foods in a long time. And I used to eat breakfast like this much more frequently when I was a boy and when I was a teenager. So this was a lot of fun. It was delicious. And if you want an old school breakfast like this, like the one I had, visit the Virginian Restaurant in Vienna, Virginia. Well, leave a comment below and please subscribe. I'll catch you next time on my next food adventure. Take care. Bye-bye.